Yes, it's all working. All right, we have our Unit 2A review here, and we are recording this. Excellent, excellent. And we all know that it's in the, I see a lot of you already logged in looking at this document. So we're just going to run through the problems. We're going to run through the problems and see if we can get through all, 8 or 9 of them in this one section, okay? So hold on. I won't be able to go over them as slowly as maybe you need, but the video is being recorded. You can fast forward to get to it because they'll be in order. All right, hey, what's the degree? Negative 4x to the 7. Look, I could even stop there. I don't even have to write the whole thing because that's all we need. But tell me in the chat, please. Hey, what's the degree of this problem? What is the degree of this polynomial, even more specifically? So what is the degree? What is the degree? Where do we look? Where do we look? All I need to do is look right here. I need to look at the greatest exponent, and we know this is 7th degree polynomial. These are just observing and knowing what we've gone over and how to find each thing. Good, thanks, Hunter. All right, so number 1 in the books. Whew, that's it. Yeah. You guys like to have that question on the test? Yeah? You take it. All right. How about number 2? Hey, number 2, we have this. Okay, this is a subtraction problem. So when I have a subtraction problem between my 2 quantities, I need to first distribute this negative and then combine your like terms. Okay, so with subtraction, you're going to distribute and you're going to simplify. That's all we got to do for it. So I'm going to rewrite it. 8x to the 4th minus 12x to the 3rd plus 6 minus 4x to the 3rd minus 2x plus 8. Nah. I was even thinking in my head, don't write 8. And I wrote 8. Plus 9, because we have to distribute the negative. Boom, boom, boom. Negative 4x to the 3rd. Negative changes to negative. Positive changes to positive. All right. So now let's look. We want to put the term with the greatest exponent out front. And that looks like it's going to be to the 4th. Is there anything we can combine it with? Nah. So we just bring that down. I'm putting an order from exponents all the way down to my number. Okay. Next, it looks like we have negative 12x to the 3rd, negative 4x to the 3rd. And when we combine those, you're underwater 12 feet. Go down further 4 feet, minus 16x to the 3rd. Bye. What's next in the line? That guy. Can we combine it with anything left over? Nope. Bring it down. See ya. And lastly, but not leastly, leastly is not a word. It doesn't matter. This is math. Let's see. 6 plus 9 is 15. Oh, 2's in the books. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, a moment to get those down. Ooh, this one looks harder. 3. How much time do I have here? 15. It's got 20 minutes. Perfect. All right, for number 3, let's move it up. I'll give you time to screenshot this whole thing, okay? For number 3, we have we need to do the product of these 2 quantities. Now, I usually like to put the quantity that's smaller out front because you're going to distribute each of those terms. But I can do it this way anyway. If I decide, yeah, I think I'm going to distribute the smaller into the bigger. I need to distribute the 4x squared. You can distribute left or right. I mean, it doesn't matter which one you distribute. And then I'm going to go ahead and come back in, and I'm going to distribute the negative 9. Okay. So with that, I have my goal. I have my plan, what I'm going to do. And maybe I'll even help you guys out. I'll do it in expanded form. So let's do the first and the first here. Let's do the first and the first. I have 4x squared times 4x to the third. You see, I'm just doing expanded form. And I'll cross out that little arrow when I know I've done it. Next, this is positive 4x squared times 5x squared. Done. So expand method is just more of a kind of a thorough way to do it, one thing at a time. Plus 4x squared times 3. Done. I did all my red. Now, we have to remember it's the entire term. It's negative 9 we're going to be multiplying. So I'm going to go ahead and do negative 9 times 4xxx. See ya. I'm going to go negative 9 times 5xx. Negative 9 times 5x squared. There we go. Then finally, negative 9 times 3. Negative 9 times 3. Okay, so the main thing here is just make sure you're finding a system where you're not going to miss a term or anything like that. Now let's go ahead and contract it. 4 times 4, 16. How many x's? 5. Plus 4 times 5, 20. How many x's? 4. Plus 4 times 3, 12. How many x's? 2. Now this one, it's negative 9 times 4, so I have to remember that positive times negative, 36. How many x's? 3. So we're going to have to reorder some of these, but it doesn't look like too many of these will combine. Negative 9 and 5, negative 45x squared. Negative 9 times 3, 27 negative. All right, almost done. Now we have to go back in, and we just have to combine like terms. So we start with the one out front that is the biggest exponent. The greatest exponent is 16x to the 5th, and there's nothing to combine with that, so I'm going to rewrite it. Next in line would be the fourth power. No other fourth power, so I'm just going to write it. Next in line, negative 36x to the third power, because it's the third power. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so on. We'll just rewrite it. See ya. All right. Here's the first one we can actually combine, because I see they're both to the x squared. So I am going to go in and think about it. Okay, so negative 45 and positive 12. Keep the sign of the larger number. There's more negatives, so I know it's going to be negative. Different signs, take the difference. 45 minus 12, the difference between them is 33, x squared. Lastly, minus 27. Okay. So that gets us through our polynomial work. Hope that isn't too painful, just starting out here. All right. Now we'll get into some other stuff here. Number 4. Let's see, which expression represents the factored form of x to the 4th minus 16. Okay. So this is the difference of two squares. That's the only polynomial identity I'm going to really grade you on, test you on. The difference of two squares, we have to have two perfect squares to start. So let's see, x to the 4th power. Yeah, I could take the square root and get something. 16, I could take the square root of 16 and get something. And what we're doing is we're setting up to use this identity. A squared minus b squared is going to be equal to a plus b and a minus b. If we could figure out what a is, then we just plug it in and we're done. So look, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to take the square root of each of these values, because I don't want to know a squared or b squared. I want to know a and I want to know b. So if you take the square root of each of these, the square root of x to the fourth tells us that a is x squared. The square root of 16 tells me that my b is 4. All right, don't pay attention to this negative here. It's the difference of two squares. The difference means subtraction between two squares. So when we do this problem, we can look at just the raw values, x to the fourth and 16, taking the square roots of each. Now I know a. Now I know b. Guess what? This is equal to x squared plus 4, x squared minus 4. Done. Man, we just got through like 4 problems. That's like half of the ones I put on this. Let me see. How many did I give you? How many more do we have to do? 1, 2, 3. We got 3 more to do? Did I make this test too easy, guys? Should I go back and redo this? Never. I never redo anything. It's actually because I don't want to redo it. No, it's because I'm happy to keep with what we got. Okay, so we'll look at number 5 next. It's just like the Kahoot, guys. There's one thing extra on this other than the Kahoot. So look, I'm going to zoom out if you need to get the work down. So you need to add to your work, which is fine if you want to add to your work and copy what you need. I think that actually gives you everything right there. Okay, screenshot in 3, screenshot in 2, screenshot in 1. Screenshot is done. I'm sorry for that. Okay, now let's do number 6, because number 5 is not included. Number 5, not included. All right, so number 6, which expression represents the expanded form of this guy here? This is one of those Pascal's triangles. We're using this one for number 6. This is the binomial theorem. Okay, binomial theorem is just looking at our binomial expansions, and it's saying that, you know, based on the exponent you're given, you can find a and b, and you can plug it into one of these guys. So this is the 0 power, that's the first power, that's second power. A binomial is a 2-term quantity, so you have to look at what the power is, and that tells you which of Pascal's triangle to use, plugging in a and b and just simplifying it. So look, we have it to the third power. So really that tells me that what I'm going to plug into is this, a to the third plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b to the third. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we have our binomial expansion. You'll want to have this from your notes handy. It's also in the back of your book, I believe, or in your, it's in your book. Yeah, you have to use your notes for that. So make sure you got those down, or you know where to look for it. Honestly, you can Google it. I'll probably make that part of the take home. Maybe. All right, look, if we know a and b, we're ready to go. And we already know a and b. Negative 2x, b is y. That's not even that bad. That's not even that bad then. All right, so look. I could have done this before, but I didn't. All right. So we're going to plug in a. Let's do all the a's first, then we'll do all the b's. All right, a right here. A to the third. Negative 2x. Let's see, we got an a right here. Negative 2x. We have an a here. Negative 2x. And that's b. So we're done. All right, next I'll do y. Sorry, b equals y. So I just have to go into the b values here and put in y. There's a little bit we can do. You know, we're going to have to expand this one. Negative 2x, negative 2x, negative 2x. And what does that give you? Negative 2 times negative 2? Positive 4 times the negative 2? Negative 8. How many x's? 3 of them. Next, it's going to be 3 times negative 2x times negative 2x times a y. So let's see. Negative 2 times negative 2, positive 4. Positive 4 times 3, positive 12, x squared y. 3 times negative 2x times y. We get negative 6xy squared. This guy, we don't even have to rewrite it. It's just going to be y to the third. Okay. Huh. Okay. Finish with that as I look at the next. Oh, yeah. The next one we just have to look at. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay, so for number 7, I know it might be fast, but I'm trying to get through them. It'll be in the video. Don't forget. We got 7 minutes. Let's use it all. No. Yeah, we do have 7. Okay, so look, for number 7, all I want you to know is it says you have this function. It looks like this. Okay? Looks like this. This is a question about end behavior. What? Behavior? What? All right. In behavior. Remember, this one is going up left, down right. So now I want to get out my trusty notes that help me with an open note test. Now I want to look at, well, which one is up left, down right? This one, right? This one. Up left, down right. Okay. So what I know from this is in is odd. Right? Remember, these were the pretenses that told us which one it was. A is negative. Okay. All right. Guess what? Chicken butt. That's the answer. How many people were thinking chicken butt? People are like, what? All right. Very good. That's it. We wanted to see how do we arrive at a graph that looks like this. You use your in behavior information. There's 4 different kinds of in behavior. Up left, down right has got to be in is odd, A is negative. And that's how we're going to approach that problem. Oh my God. We're on the last problem. You might even get out of class early. I thought we had too much to do. I'm like rushing it. Everyone's exhausted writing, hands all cramping. All right, well, don't worry, because this is the last problem. And then you can massage your hand for an hour. Here we go. What's the sum? This was not in the Kahoot. This one is a little bit extra. What's the sum if we're given all this information? Wait a minute. Oh, that's an infinite sum. We're going to do this problem instead for number 11. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 on the top. K equals 1. We have 3. We have 5/4. We have K minus 1. I'll make a note in this assignment that you'll have to change it to this value. Or I may even just rewrite the problem. Now, we got to recall that what we're going to do with this is apply it to the sum formula. Now, remember the sum formula from these notes. We take the information here, which we can find the first term, the common ratio, the ending term, and the starting term. You're always going to have K is equal to 1. You'll always have those. But now when I go down here to plug it into the sum formula, I'll get that ready. Okay, I have everything now written down here. It looks a little confusing, but it will all come together. So I know that my first term, a sub 1, goes out in front. Let's see if we could figure out where that is up here. The first term is the first parentheses. That's the first term in this notation that we need to transfer to the sum formula. So this summation we're putting into the sum formula. This is the first term. So I'm going to put the first term where it goes, 3. Next, we have R. What is our rate? Where do we find our common ratio? Looking up here, because that's our guide, the common ratio is the second. It's the base to this exponent. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rate. 5 divided by 4 is 1.25. I just think it's easier to write it as 1.25. That's what I'm going to do. And I just got to get in my microscope version of this document cam so I can see it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa. All right. Next, our in value goes up here. Our in value is our ending position. So we're going to put a 4. Here's my in. Here's my a sub 1. Here's my rate. And on the bottom, what do we have to put in here is our rate. Based on this, the rate goes on the bottom. It has a place in the top and the bottom. That's something we could do. We could do that. Let's work it out one piece at a time for our last minute of class. All right. So look, let's see. It's going to be 3 times 1 minus, let's do 1.25 to the 4th. Whoops. 1.25 to the 4th. That gives us 2.44. And then on the bottom, 1 minus 1.25 is negative 0.25. All right, let's keep on working. Don't stop. We have 3 times negative 1.44 and negative 0.25 on the bottom. Oh, that's awesome. Someone just arrived for the last minute. I love it. Nick of time to get credit. All right, welcome. All right, I recorded the video on all these problems. So just so you know, it'll be posted later. All right, check it. What are we going to do? We're going to multiply the top times 3. So I got 1.44 negative. You can't see it anywhere. 1.44 negative times 3 is negative 4.32. Let's just divide that by a negative 0.25. And I get 17.28. Done. Woo! Well, would you look at that? I did do all the problems in the exact amount of time necessary. So I couldn't have slowed down. All right. All right, guys, really, truthfully, just get this homework assignment in. This is not all the paper there. Now you can see it all. Get it in. All right, take a screenshot. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, I'm glad you made it in. No worries. I just recorded a video on this. Let me stop the video, and I will be posting it pretty soon after class here because I don't have a 6th period. And it's only a 24, 25-minute video. So I think that's a perfect review for